Hello and welcome to this AdvancePro demo. This is the main AdvancePro screen. So here you would have access to your customer orders, orders that are ready to ship, vendor orders, pending invoices, and your reorder alert report. These are all the basic tools you'll need to start with using AdvancePro. On the side here is the left panel where you have shortcuts to these functions, and on top here are the modules that you would use to access the parts of the software that pertains to the label here, like customers, vendor-related options and actions, products, warehouse, returns, reports, and all that stuff. So this is your product list. On products, view all products, and this contains all your product information, the vendor, the cost, selling price, and current stock quantity. On the other screen for products called Manage Inventory screen, this is where you can see your stock levels against each warehouse. So if they're segregated into separate warehouses, you would see the corresponding inventory levels. The reserve quantity would be your products that are processed into the warehouse but not yet shipped. So when you ship those products, it would clear the reserve quantity and reduce the stock altogether. In this screen, you would see the eye icon where you can double click and look at chronological history of the product. So you would see this as being used as a component in assembly if you're using manufacturing. Shipped quantity, received quantity from vendor purchase order, transfers, and manual adjustments. So to create a customer PO, you would go into customers and place new order, select a customer from the list, proceed, and you can just either search from the product drop down here, or you may also look for the products on the product selector screen. From here you can enter as many products as you want. This is now a sample sales order, and we can save this as a quote. You can print this out as this format to email to your customer as their pro forma invoice. And then after this, when you place this order and process it to the warehouse, this is your quantity to fill for this product and the quantity that you have in the warehouse. Let's say you don't have enough or there's insufficient quantity in the warehouse, it's going to automatically create a vendor order for you, and you can build on that vendor order as on a demand basis. So we would process this order, and now it goes to the warehouse for picking. Now the inventory has been reserved for this customer on this pick ticket, and the pick ticket looks like this. So it doesn't contain any cost or pricing information. This can be just the form you send to your warehouse guys, so they just need to know what the SKU number to pick are and the quantity required for each SKU number. So after this, it goes through 3 stages, or you can skip the other stages. So it goes through picking, packing, and shipping. So let's set everything to full, so it's 5 each, and then we're going to save and submit this. So now it's been picked, and it moves on to the next stage, which is packing. On the packing stage, you can print the same form, but it's now a packing slip. So just keep the order moving by submitting it to the next stage, which is to ship. So once you ship this order, you can also add additional shipping charges here. So let's say $25. And tracking information. This can be linked to FedEx or UPS or ShipStation, or you can just simply put in the tracking number manually. And this is now the shipping slip for this order. So there's a shipping amount, total weight, tracking number, and then submit. So now this order has been submitted. It creates a pending invoice automatically. So I'm under pending invoices, and for the date today, it has this PO with these products, and you may now send this invoice to your customer. There is an email function already built in, and the from email would be from the user, the to email would be the customer. You can create a template here and have the placeholders for the first name, last name, company name, order total. All those information can be recorded or created as a template, and the subject line as well. So you can send this to your customer and then create the invoice. So if you've made some mistakes on the invoice or there's some discrepancies, there is a way to just send this back to the warehouse by clicking on this button to send to picking stage and then send back to open status. And that's where you can do all the necessary revisions for the order. So we can create the invoice now, and once the invoice is created, it goes into QuickBooks. So any pending transactions, they won't be synced yet, but anything that's already finalized, it goes into the next set of information to export into QuickBooks. So we have invoices, credit memos, payments, bills, so all those transactional information, and those records here like customers, vendors, and products, service items, those would update QuickBooks as well. So that is how to create a sales order on AdvancePro. On the vendor purchasing side, you can also do it the same way. Place a new order, select the vendor, hit proceed, and then search for the products to purchase. So if you set up reorder points for the vendor, so let's say this one, N95 mask. So we can set your minimums and your maximums here on the product profile. So let's say on the warehouse, we're going to set 100 pieces as the alert level. If it goes down to 100, then the system would alert you to purchase the item. And your maximum quantity, let's say, would be 500. So we're going to update this and close, and then we're going to go back to the vendor order screen. Now you can see that this N95 mask is below the reorder point. So you currently have 54 in stock. The minimum quantity or the alert level is 100 and your target stock is 500. So the recommended quantity from the system would be the target stock minus your current stock, so it's 446. So this is what the system recommends, but you can always change it after making the just any decision to make the changes here. So let's say we're going to order 500 instead. So here, this is your vendor purchase order, and this is what you send to the vendor. You can email this directly from the vendor. So once you place the order, it goes into the warehouse for receiving, and once you receive it on the warehouse, it will increase your inventory by the quantity that you receive it for. So orders to receive, PO number 24. We're going to enter the bill number by the vendor, and then receive everything, and then hit receive. So this is the printout for the receive vendor order form. We receive it. We're going to go back to manage inventory screen and look for that product. So here, let's look for N95. So now it's increased to 554. A while ago it was 54 units in stock. So on the eye icon, you would see now the list of transactions. So 10/19/2020, that's 500 received from a vendor purchase order or a VPO, and it's referenced under this reference column here for number 27. Order 27. This is clickable, so you can drill down further and look for the information for this order. So everything is all interactive here, and you can also print this out as a report for your audit trail. So once the vendor order has been received, it goes into the billing. So vendors view all bills and credit memos, pending bills. The same with how the invoice works, it goes into pending, and all you need to do now is create the bill. So once you create the bill, it goes into the list of items to export to QuickBooks, and then it's going to update your accounting. So for QuickBooks Sync, all that needs to be set up would be these accounts. So we have asset, income, cost of goods sold, accounts receivable, payable, bank account or your deposit account, shipping services, services adjustment, default discount, and your inventory adjustment accounts. So all these would be set up by linking QuickBooks into AdvancePro. You would have access to your account names or account numbers here, and those transactions would hit the proper accounts as stated on the default list. So AdvancePro also has a mobile app that you can use for your inbound orders, which are your vendor purchase orders being received into the warehouse. And AdvancePro also has a way to manage your sales orders or your outbound orders or orders that are going out of the warehouse. On the warehouse function here, you can do transfers and adjustments. And for the lookup, it's just an easy way for you to go into the app and then search for products, look for their current inventory levels. So we have total quantity, available to sell quantity, and then just scroll this up and you would see all the products on this list. Apart from that, we also have a POS system on the sales module. So it's sort of like a walk-in order. So a POS system attached to a POS device. We can also recommend that. So you can see the product here, put in the quantity, and create the order just on the app. Okay, so these are just the basic functions of AdvancePro. If you have any questions, just feel free to contact me. It's Jesus Zamora, that's JZAMORA at advanceprotech.com. Or you may call us at 1-800-970-9071. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.